College rule.
A battle on the ball field.
College rule.
We're gonna take it.
Priests versus principals. Scholars versus scholars. The showdown in Coney Island. Who will win? But it's not just for the glory. It's to highlight the good of a Catholic education.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti. That's all about to begin in just moments. It's not the minors, but it's become a major attraction. Current News' Jessica Easthope is already at Catholic Schools Night in Coney Island, standing by with the pregame report. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Christine. The Diocese of Brooklyn waits all year for this, the chance to see priests and principals play softball against each other. It's the 4th annual Scholars versus Scholars softball game, and the teams have been practicing hard. I caught up with the scholars ahead of the big game. Here's what some of them had to say. Take a listen.
It's just great to get together and have some fun, tease each other a little bit, and kind of entertain the kids for an hour or so.
We've gone to high school with some of these guys, so we have lifelong friendships with these guys. So, a lot of it's just playful banter, but we are going to win.
And while there's been some trash talk, all joking aside, the principals say tonight is such a great way to promote Catholic education, and that's really the focus. In the stands tonight, there's not going to be your average crowd. Actually, you could say they're all above average. It's the valedictorians and salutatorians from every 8th grade class in the diocese. They'll be in attendance and receive an award for all of their hard work. Tonight is very much a culmination of the school year and a celebration of Catholic education. And here to chat a little bit more about that with us is Joanne DiNapoli, Director of Sales for DeSales Media Group. Joanne, tell me why tonight is so special.
It's important not only because we honor the graduates, but also that we get everybody together, Catholics, in a great sense of community and a beautiful setting, and I hope that we could carry on the tradition.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Joanne. And there you have it, Christine, reporting from Maimonides Park in Coney Island. Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
Hey, Jess, before you go, tell us, how have these games ended in the past?
Yeah, so like I said, this is the 4th annual Scholars versus Scholars game. The Scholars took it the first 2 years, the Scholars took it last year, and so I know the Scholars are hoping to even the score this year, and I'm sure it'll be a nail-biter, so I'll have a full report for you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Jess. Can't wait. And as Jessica said, she will have a full report on Catholic Schools Night tomorrow, so be sure to tune into Currents News Thursday, June 29th at 7 p.m. right here on NET. Now let's head to St. Thomas Aquinas in Brooklyn, where they always have something fun going on. But while the congregation is vibrant, until a few years ago, the church building was not. Then the pastor teamed up with a parishioner who also happens to be a well-known artist. Here's tonight's Pulse of the Parish.
A painting brought to life. The beauty and warmth of St. Thomas Aquinas in Flatlands fills you as you enter the church. Father Dwayne Davis was newly ordained when sent here 10 years ago. 3 years later, he became pastor.
It's a really great joy to be pastor here, his family.
And over the years, the families who have filled these pews have changed. At first, it was mostly Italian and Irish. Then Caribbeans, Asians, and Hispanics came to worship.
No matter where we come from, what part of walks of life we come from, we're all in it together. There's a real unity.
The church itself has also seen some changes. It began in the 1880s as a small mission church on Flatbush Avenue. The new, bigger building opened in the 1930s and had a 155-foot tower. That tower came down in the 40s during World War II because it was in the flight path of the Naval Air Station at Floyd Bennett Field. Then in the 1960s, the inside of the church was modernized. But fast forward a few decades, most didn't paint a pretty picture when describing it.
The parish was pretty much whitewashed. There was no colors in the parish, and we hear different stories about why that is or why not, but was pretty whitewashed. There wasn't anything unique.
So Father Dwayne's predecessor, Monsignor John Brown, envisioned a renaissance. After his passing, Father Dwayne carried out his vision. He turned to the congregation for help, and one parishioner in particular, Christopher Spinelli.
I'm not an artist, so I don't know much about colors. And Chris Spinelli, our parish trustee, was really able to, he has an eye for that.
He didn't just want this gray church, and they were fluorescent gray light bulbs, so it really looked like the inside of a refrigerator at one point.
The church needed a paint job.
St. Thomas was always a very warm parish. The people were warm and very welcoming, I'd never felt the building represented that.
So Chris set out to make the color of the church represent the diversity of the parish. With his faith as his muse and the church his canvas, Chris made some designs.
I am a painter, so I'm used to working on maybe a 3 by 4 foot canvas. This is 60 feet high and 150 feet deep, so it's kind of like I'm inside one of my paintings, which is great.
He oversaw a crew of painters to bring his designs to life.
Let's go side to side to side to side.
Now he teaches his fellow parishioners to paint,
Perfect. Very nice.
calling himself the master paint and sip instructor.
Total disaster going on at this table. I don't know what happened.
A little levity for a fun evening.
And the painting gets better the more they sip, I've found. So by the end of the evening, people's creativity starts to flow.
And the fee he charges flows right back to the church.
I kind of feel as Catholics we're called to kind of share our talents. And I'm very thankful to the parish because they've allowed me to do that.
Wow.
And now you know Christopher Spinelli from St. Thomas Aquinas and how he makes up the pulse of the parish.
And when he's not at church, you'll catch Christopher at Regis High School, where he's an art teacher in the REACH program for underserved children. He also exhibits his paintings and takes part in Sing for Hope, where he paints a piano that's placed in a public space for all to play. Just awesome. So do you know someone who's the pulse of their parish? Email us their story at newstips@desalesmedia.org or call our 24-hour number 718-517-3122. Finally tonight, we want to tell you about the exciting lineup of Currents News specials we'll be airing next week. On Monday, July 3rd, we'll be looking back at the school year in review. On Tuesday the 4th, you'll see the Good News special, sharing positive stories from people of faith. On Wednesday the 5th, you'll meet the newest priests ordained in the Diocese of Brooklyn. On Thursday the 6th, you'll see people and groups who are putting their faith into action. And finally, that weekend from July 7th to the 9th, we'll show you just a few people who make up the pulse of their parish. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Christy Persichetti. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.